Today I'll show you the new AI interface of Vysda. Vysda AI interface makes it extremely easy to turn data into visualizations. You don't need any expertise in data visualizations. You don't need to be a data expert. Simply upload your data and let Vysda AI engine take care of the rest. Now let's see how we can do that. Simply go to the Data tab on your Vysda interface. Click on Add Data with AI. I'm just going to simply drag and drop my data. I have an interesting data set of divorce indicators in various European countries here. Now the data is uploaded and analyzed by the AI engine in Vysda, and it gave me a bunch of suggestions. So on the left-hand side, these are all the suggestions that are given to me by the engine. It gave me 3 suggestions of area charts. Let's have a look at those. The one that I'm looking at is time versus value. Time and value are fields in the data set that I just uploaded. This is the chart, and on the right hand side I have filters. The second filter here is a list of indicators. Out of the 3 indicators, I'm more interested in the divorces per 100 marriages. So I'm going to choose that. In fact, that's the one that I'm going to be using going forward in this project. So I'm going to simply click lock. So basically this field is locked throughout my analysis. I have another field called Geo. So these are the list of countries. If I click on Austria, I have the data for Austria. So what it tells me is that back in 1960, the divorce rate was 13.7 per every 100 marriage, and it started going up, and it reached a peak in 2001 at 60 divorces per 100 marriages. So that was interesting. But next thing I'd like to do is to look at countries, compare divorce rates in different countries. Let's see what Vysda gave us as suggestions. So right here we have several map suggestions. The one that I'm going to look at is the standard maps, and I'm going to look at Europe map geo versus value. Let's click on that and see what it looks like. It's a map of Europe. Each country is colored, and the colors are, as expected, is the indication of divorce rates. On the right hand side we have the time variable, and which is basically years. So let me select 2014. There are a few countries that we have the data, so let me keep adding a few years here so we have a better coverage of countries. So essentially what I did, I selected 4 years, and as you can see the expression is average, so I'm taking the average of 4 years, and that's what the map indicates. So what it tells me that Portugal has a pretty high rate, 72.7%. Spain has a high rate. Czech Republic, Latvia, these are the countries that have very high rates. On the other hand, the other countries like Ukraine, 17%, Ireland, 14%, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Macedonia, these are the countries with lower rates of divorces per 100 marriages. Okay. What about comparing the divorce rates of different countries by years? So how can I look at it in this 2-dimensional visualization? Looking at the list, it looks like Vysda engine suggested 6 options for heat maps. So let's pick geo time versus value. What it is that on one axis it's going to put countries, list of countries, on the other axis years, and in the middle each box is the value. The coloring of each box is the value. So let me click on see all data. So essentially I'm going to look at all of the countries in the data set by years and comparing the divorce rates for each country. Okay, let's load this. Here it is. Now I can compare divorce rates by country and by years from 1960 to 2014. Looking at this data, what stands out, of course, the darker greens are the highest rates. Estonia seems to have a pretty high rate around year 1995, 1996. more than 100 divorces per 100 marriages. So essentially, the divorce rate exceeded the marriage rate. And then the numbers went down fairly significantly. In 2014, 51 rate. Another example, Luxembourg were very low and then start going up and reach 87 divorces per 100 marriages in 2014. You see how easy it was to turn data into visualization. You don't need any expertise in data analysis or data visualization because Vysda's AI engine was able to do a lot of that heavy work for you. And all you need to do is to simply click on different charts and see what the data look like. You want to try it out? Please go to Vysda.com and sign up for a free account. Thank you for watching.